Hi, Urvashi.
Hi.
Very good morning to you, and thanks for coming for the interview of HTBD.
You're welcome.
How to do business in Dubai. I mean, not only business. I would say your profile is something which is very different, and a lot of the people want to know you from you that how jobs or work culture is in Dubai and how exactly it works. So before I keep on talking about it, I would want to know from you something about you, your industry, and currently where you're working.
I have been working in HR for the last 8 years now. I have moved to Dubai in 2020 February, just before the lockdown happened, and I came here with an IT job. So I was in the IT sector earlier, and right now I'm in a real estate company. I work with a company called Property Pistol, where I head the international business in HR. So we have our office locations in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Qatar, and we're also expanding into London now. So that's what I've been doing. It's been 2 years with the company.
That's awesome. So it's a very short period of time. So your memories are very fresh of
Yes.
Dubai.
Yeah, it just feels like yesterday.
Well, that's nice because I would say that a lot of people who are listening to you or who are viewing this interview, they would probably want to know from you your initial experiences when you came in here, how you settled out things, and how was your experience working in these 2 years in Dubai, specifically if we talk about Dubai.
Right. I came at a time when things were not very rosy across the world. Especially because I came here with a job. I was transferred from my last company, which was in IT, and I was very thrilled about it. And then suddenly the whole world was under the grasp of COVID, so things changed from there on.
Right.
And although we had jobs, there were pay cuts, there were a lot of issues with the company. So my company was back in India. I was working for them here, and because of that, there was a time when I did not have salary. I did not have work, which was even worse than not having salary, because you are used to working after
Right.
working for 7 years.
Right.
And then I started looking out for opportunities here, which was extremely different from what we see in India, and especially when you work in the same market. Like I was in Bangalore for 7 years before moving here. You get to know people, like that you have connections, where you have to put your CV, and then you get a call the next day. Plus the job search, your experience is very relevant in that market. However, when you move here, you as an HR, you do not have that cultural experience. You do not have the
That's
experience
so
of
true.
labor law. Like you basically start from the scratch. Like you have to learn about it, you have to read about it. So my job search here has been the whole experience of looking for a job has been very different. Things that I would have not done in Bangalore, I did it here. I tried out everything that I could because I wanted a job and I wanted it fast. Even though thankfully Dubai is such a place where it came out of the whole COVID thing. Things were not that bad here. Like people were still hiring, and work was still on. Like offices were open. So I would literally walk down to offices in Business Bay, Sheikh Zayed Road, because what happens,
Wow.
a lot of people apply to jobs online.
That's courage. That's
So
nice. Yeah.
You don't get noticed unless like you're very lucky.
Yeah.
And especially Dubai is such a competitive market because it's a hub, it's a financial hub where all people across the world are investing in. So the number of companies are huge, and the number of people looking for those same jobs are huge. Plus in HR, the number of openings are less. So if you really have to stand out, you have to be there. Like then you cannot shy away. That I don't want to go, I don't want to meet people.
That's right.
So
That's
I
right.
walked into a lot of offices in Business Bay and Sheikh Zayed Road in WTC. Then in DIFC, I went to JLT because my last office was in JLT. So I used to take like printouts of my resume and just go and give it away if somebody
Yeah.
has some opening. And fortunately, when I got this job, it was in an Indian company. So they were looking for someone. So one day when I walked into the office, they said that yeah, we do have an opening, but it's not for the kind of profile that you're looking at, and it's a junior profile. And then I was like, it's okay, I'll just meet. Let's see how it goes from there. And then they were like, fine, let's, we'll do this.
Yeah.
So I did not get a call from them, which was upsetting. After a month, again, I got a call from India because somehow they had my resume and the founder happened to be here, and then he had a look and he said, like, let's call her and find out if she's still looking for a job. In between, I applied for a lot of jobs online. I did get few calls. But again, what is very important here, I mean, it's not important, I would not say it's mandatory, but if somebody has that kind of skill, it really helps if you're a multilingual, especially if you know Arabic. Because these things in India you would not be, considering. Here, if you know French, if you know Chinese, Mandarin, and here if you know Arabic, these are languages that are sought after.
These languages are
Right.
dominant, and if you have a knack of it, then probably
Definitely.
you would get
Especially in the sector that I work in real estate, we have a lot of investments from Chinese people here, and there are not many people who speak that language in the country. So we have, in fact, we tried for almost 4 months to hire one such candidate, and it was very difficult for us to get a person who speaks English as well as Chinese and are fluent in both the languages. So somebody who is looking for a job here, I would definitely suggest them that, if you have the time, pick up a language and learn, especially Arabic, because it's not very difficult for an Indian to learn that language, because it has a lot of Urdu influence, a lot of words which are common in Hindi as well. So I think it's easier for them to at least spoken language.
So if someone is coming from UK or say Europe, then probably French.
Yes,
or
French definitely.
would help.
French is a very important. Is again something which is widely required here. In fact, not just these three. These three are dominant languages here for some reason. I didn't. It's because of how the industry is.
Yeah.
But even other languages, because there is a lot of need for translators here. So that is one job
That's cool.
which is always it's perennial. So you will always have jobs in that sector.
That's
Because there are so many companies, so many nationalities here, and this is one kind of job that is never going to go out of trend.
Yeah,
So
then what
after that, I got a call from the founder, and then he said, "Can you come down to the office? And I have things to discuss." I had my family over that. I still remember I was shopping, and I was like, I was not very interested at that point of time, because I was already had given up that I don't want to work with this company. First of all, they tell me they have an opening, and then they don't call me for a month.
Yeah,
So
that's unprofessional. Yeah,
and
kind
you're
of.
not used to it, because you have never been treated like that.
Yeah.
So I did go. My husband said that you should go and see what are they offering. So I went. I had a discussion with him, and then he said that we would love to have you, because I did have startup experience in India. So I was working for startups throughout my career, except for my first job. And this was a startup again in real estate. So they said we have to grow our team in the next 2-3 quarters possibly. So we would want somebody to come with that kind of experience. And I told them that I know whatever UAE labor law I know is just because I read. It's not that I've worked on these things. They said that's fine.
Yeah.
Till the time you can get the work done, we have no issues. Whether you want to learn and read and whatever. So I joined when the team size was 27. Today we are at 167 employees.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So across, so it's been January. I complete 2 years.
Wow, that's nice. That has been a good journey once started.
It has been a great journey. It has been very challenging. So first 2 months again, they were still setting up things. So I started working with them. However, it was not official. So I was working very closely with the entire team. And setting up office, we had to change the office location and all of that. So worked with that. Then we set up offices in Abu Dhabi. We set up offices in Qatar. So all of that was from the scratch. It has been an extremely exciting journey.
That's nice. That's beautiful. So if I would want to know more about the industry, okay.
Right.
So if you talk about this industry, then someone who wants to come and do business in real estate, for an example, then what do you suggest Dubai has to offer?
Real estate right now has been doing very, very well. In fact, in 2022, the second quarter, the third quarter of this year, the volume of business that happened in Dubai real estate has been the highest in the last 12 years. So because of all these, how the entire global economy is right now, a lot of investments coming in, a lot of investments with Qatar World Cup happening. A lot of people are investing in real estate, be it residential, commercial, or even secondary market, or even in rentals. The rentals are, it's just skyrocketing right now. Anybody wanting to set up businesses in Dubai right now would be a very good time, because because of the entire economy, recession is hitting in a lot of places.
Yeah.
So people are investing in Dubai because the returns are as such, like you get good returns here. Everybody wants to start up offices here. Everybody wants to take up a commercial place and start working. The amount of workers that we are getting here is also pretty huge. So in terms of manpower, you'll not have shortages. Like there is no like how there is a difference of supply and demand in most locations. Like there is a lot of demand, but workforce is not there. But here that's not the case. In fact, here it is the other way around, I would say. I mean, the kind of supply that is there of manpower, the demand is probably not at the same level. However, so somebody setting up a business here, it's going to be, especially in real estate, it's going to be really huge.
That's good. That's nice. Okay, coming from the industry, if I would want to ask you, what is the cultural difference you have found as an HR, as a human resource manager? Probably that's something which you have experienced. You must have experienced a lot.
Right.
What kind of cultural difference you have found when it comes to the other parts of the world, say someone who's coming from the Europe or someone who's coming from the Indian subcontinent? What kind of cultural difference they will experience when they are working in here in terms of people in here, or in terms of the work culture, something on that part?
I would draw my reflections from working in India, because that's where I've majorly worked. Definitely, like in India, people crib about work-life balance, which is a big thing. Especially in today's generation. I think our generation was a little different.
Yeah.
But with the millennials, things are different. They are not into this job because they want they want basic necessities out of that to be fulfilled, or they want a standard of living. It is a way of living for them right now. So they need work-life balance. They need the work to be as satisfying for them as it's not about the paycheck anymore.
Exactly.
It's not about the promotion anymore. It's about how they feel going into that work. Do they wake up in the morning and feel like they're welcome? That is how people are right now. And I think Dubai, because of, again, a lot of diversity here, a lot of people, so we have the best of all worlds, I would say. So you get to learn from how the European culture is, you get to see how the US culture is, how they work, and you bring all of that together and you take the best ideas from each place. That is something which is very good. You don't really need to follow up with people. People are responsive. They will reply to you. A lot of times what I have seen, if you send an email, people will, you have to call them back and say that, I've sent you an email. So these things don't exist here. Things are pretty professional. People know what they are meant to do, and they will do as per their designated time. They will not work beyond a certain, because that is where they draw the line, that this is my personal life, this is my professional life, which is, I think, a huge difference that I've seen here from India, especially in Dubai. The people are very open about talking, they are very open about learning. If they see that something is really good, they would not hesitate to come to you and tell you that, can you just tell me how do you do this? So these things, the communication, it's very open culture here.
Cultural diversity of the place also helps in developing the overall personality of an individual.
Of course, it is very, very important that you have diversity in your workplaces, because that is when you improve as an individual. Because your preconceived ideas might not always be the best ideas. So you need to learn new things and see how things are, and then you choose what you want. You want this or you want that. That's
great. Superb. So something now about your experience as an individual, about the life. So what's the business like, or what's life like during winters in Dubai?
Oh, so it's amazing. I love the winters here.
So it's like during DSA, Dubai Shopping Festival. So how your weekends are like, or how business is when the winters hit, or something around that?
I think winter in UAE is this is like what would a person like me would call a dream, because you go to any mall, it's beautifully lit, the weather is beautiful, there's breeze in the air, and then you have these amazing discounts going on everywhere. So you want to buy Gucci, Prada, you can get, this is the best time for you to get it. Okay, and again, something very nice about Dubai is It's because it's a tax-free income.
Mm-hmm.
So all of us are here for that. I mean,
exactly.
It's amazing money.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No.
So you actually feel like whatever you worked for, you get the returns for it.
Yeah.
And end of the day, with all that money, you would want to buy something nice for yourself.
That's true. That's
Enjoy.
true. It's
go to a
rewarding.
place.
It's rewarding
extremely
right
rewarding.
and then.
Yeah, you go to the beach, amazing. You go to one of the restaurants, good food, good music. Everything is amazing. I mean, I love winters here.
That's great. That's something I'm certain about people going to love to come and experience Dubai, or if they don't want to come and work, probably 3 months.
Yeah.
Winters 3 months are sorted for people to be in Dubai. That's true. That's beautiful. Okay, so finally take a deep breath and one final advice for people who want to work or want to come looking for a job in Dubai, or who want to do business in Dubai.
Okay.
One final recommendation or advice from you.
Okay. So can I make it 3?
Yeah, please. Yeah. That's great. Yeah, 3.
Okay.
That's awesome.
First things first, it's very important to understand that the job market here, it is different from other places, because again, it's a global hub. It's not one country, standalone country. There are a lot of people staying. There is going to be competition. There are no two ways about it. For someone, it might take 20 days to find a job. For someone, it might take 6 months to get a job. However, the country is so open towards people coming and getting jobs. There are different types of visas now being introduced for employment and stuff. So you will get a job, but you will have to probably change the way you look at it. So it's very important that you stay agile in the process. You do not, stick to one certain way of working. Change it, and especially with applying to jobs. I have changed my CVs 25 times a day once to apply to 25 different jobs. So it's very important that you customize. You stay true to yourself, like you cannot change your personality. However, there are small tweaks that you can make so that you sound that you're aligned with the company's vision.
Yeah.
So it's important that you do that with your resume. It's important that you try out ways. Like one way I said, you visit, because there will be not many people visiting. You'll probably be the only one. So out of all the resumes they get, your resume is going to be on the top. So it increases your chances. So this is just one way. There are multiple other ways that you have to innovate. You have to think, what can I do different? Because today's world, there is no shortage of manpower, like I said.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that you stand out amongst the crowd. And if you do all these things, then I don't think it's difficult to get a job in Dubai.
That's great.
The country has a lot of opportunities.
I believe these advices would go a long way for a lot of people who aspire to be in Dubai, and they want to work in Dubai, or they want to do business in Dubai. Thanks for this interview, and no doubt it would be exciting for people after listening to you to come to Dubai and explore the world, especially in winters, going around.
They should definitely come during winters.
And if you want to do a job hunt, probably winters, 3 months, go out.
Winter has another thing that we missed out probably in the conversation. It's also the time, and the job market is extremely open and a lot of openings. Even in my company, there is hiring going on now. Because this is the time when the tourists come in, so a lot of business for the country. So the companies also open up with their opportunities. So if it was 5, it will become 10.
That's great. So probably people who are going to hear this after 1 month, 2 months of time, they know that next year again.
Yes, definitely.
October, November is the time. Come knocking doors of the HRs, yeah?
Come to Dubai, Habibi.
Come to Dubai, Habibi. Thank you. So nice.